All right, welcome back. Welcome back, all of ourselves. Last week, we talked about the sacred pause, that liminal space that we create when we stop doing and just pause. Now, each of these soul talks stand on its own. You could drop in any week and get what you need. But more often than not, we're building on something we've already explored together, weaving threads together. And this week is one of those moments. This week is something we're continuing from what we started last week. And the question we're left with right now is, what's actually waiting for us in that space when we've cultivated that? What do we find there? And I think you'll be pleased to find that when you do inevitably stop doing, you shift into the mode of being. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. We're going to be entering into that mode of being, of presence, of being here now. The title of this week's Soul Talk. Early in the journey, you wonder how long the journey will take and whether you will make it in this lifetime. Later, you will see that where you are going is here, and you will arrive now. So you stop asking. And that quote is from Ram Dass's seminal work, Be Here Now. Everything you're looking for, peace, wholeness, God, soul, it's not at the end of some path, and it's not waiting for you in some distant future. It's now. It's here. It's all right now. And for me and for many people, the book Be Here Now was a real seismic moment for spiritual seekers. It became a sort of counterculture Bible. And what's beautiful is Ram Dass was saying something that all wisdom traditions are saying. They're all pointing you right back to now. You don't need to go or be anywhere else. The destination is never somewhere down the road waiting for you to arrive. The journey is always the destination. In my own tradition, Judaism, there is a profound teaching from the Zohar, our mystical text. What we call Olam Haba, the world to come, is understood in Aramaic as Alma De'asi, a world that is always arriving, always coming here, moment by moment. It's not some distant promised land we get to after we die. It's a state that we are meant to be touching right now in this world, again and again and again. This moment, this one, is Olam Haba, is Alma De'asi. And I just want to share, review some of the core teachings from the book so you could see what resonates. You don't have to try to understand them cognitively so much. Just let them come up and sort of wash over you and see what comes up for you. So here are some teachings from Ram Dass. I think the message is that you don't need to go anywhere else to find what you are seeking. The goal of the path is to be high, not get high. And he's always coming back to this over and over. Begin to notice that wherever you go, or whatever time it is by the clock, it's always here and now. It's always here and now. And I think one of my favorites, probably my favorite, is it's all right now, but later, forget it, baby. That's later. Now is now. Are you going to be here or not? It's as simple as that. And finally, the journey across the great ocean of existence is a journey inward, ever deeper and deeper. And the deeper you get in, the more you meet truth. Now let's just sit with that for a few moments. The deeper you get in, the more you meet truth. The goal is soul. So how did those quotes sit with you? Did something in you go, yes, that's it? Was there any type of recognition, relief, anything that you felt shifted? Maybe something else came up. Does your mind immediately start arguing? What about tomorrow? When do I pack for my trip? How do I plan the itinerary? What about all the goals? What about all the things that I need to accomplish? And here's what I want you to take from that. Both of these responses, completely natural. Both are the path. Because here's what happens. The moment you hear you don't need to go anywhere, the mind, the ego, starts to panic. It says, wait, if I'm not going anywhere, if there's nothing to achieve, then who am I? And I ask my clients this question all the time. Who are you? Who are you without all the striving? What would be enough? What do you need to do? What do I have to do to be good enough? And that becomes the real inquiry, because we've been taught over and over again that this is an exercise in doing. Achieve this, get enlightened, become spiritual. But all the mindfulness teachers, all the greats, they keep saying the same thing, and that's what we're going to keep saying as well. This is not an exercise in doing. It's an exercise in being. There's no something special to attain. Be here now. And when you check your watch, you see what it's telling you all the time. It's now. You're not on the way to anywhere else. And our entire past, no matter what it's been, when you look at it just right, and sometimes you get shown the light in the strangest of places, if you look at it just right, becomes the very platform for the work of being in the present moment. And that becomes both the work and the privilege of a lifetime. My guru, Duncan Trussell, tells this story that really brings this to life. He was walking down the street before coming to do this event, and he passes a saxophone player. And my guru, Duncan, he hates saxophones. He actually says, I don't like saxophones. I actually hate it. It's a horrible sound. But then the guy who was playing just stops and looks at Duncan and says, love is all you need. Love is inside you. Love is everywhere. Love is all around you. You are love. And he starts playing again. And Duncan's standing there like, what the f***? Are you kidding me? Really? But then some other guy on the sidewalk says to him, isn't that cool? You didn't have to be doing anything except walking down the sidewalk. And Duncan goes, oh, that's right. Of course. Yeah. You don't really have to do anything. You don't have to learn Sanskrit. You don't have to know about your chakras. You don't need to learn Kabbalah. You don't have to have the scars on your arm from toad venom. You don't have to do 90 ayahuasca retreats. You don't even have to go to the Ram Dass retreats. You don't have to go to Hawaii, and you don't have to listen to every single Alan Watts lecture on YouTube. You don't really have to do anything because you're already there. And then he just named it. There's something very offensive about that to the ego. which really wants to earn something. You have to do something to get there, to be there. But you already earned it. You're born into a body that's going to die. And that's a pretty courageous thing. You are a chelik Eloka mimal. You are a chip that's been etched off the divine block. And that's the whole thing. And there's the resistance to that. But the soul, the goal, doesn't need to become anything. It's never incomplete. Meister Eckhart said it pretty simply. God and I, we are one. Are you looking for me, writes Kabir? I'm in the next seat. My shoulder is against yours. When you really look for me, you will see me instantly. Student, tell me, what is God? He is the breath inside the breath. Right here in the next seat, instantly. Now is the only moment we have. We know this. We feel this. It's intuitive. Oh, this moment is the only thing you know. So this is the skill of not being trapped in either our past or our ideas about the future, but rather the ability to reclaim the only moment we ever really have. And it's always going to be just this one. And by taking care of this moment, really being here, you have a remarkable effect on the next moment and the next moment by moment by moment. Your soul lives here, now, in this breath. And this is where you meet yourself. This is where you meet what's true. The soul only exists in presence. So the only moment you ever actually touch your soul is this one, now. And now let's sit with this together. Join me in the soul practice. And whether you do it with me right now or come back on your own time, whatever feels right, we're going to take this out of the realm of talking, of doing, and into the body and being, because it's all right now. And when you really look, you'll see me instantly. You'll find me in the tiniest house of time, in the breath, inside the breath. The goal is soul. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Thank you for joining us today on The Goal is Soul. If you enjoyed our time together, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. Your support helps us bring this and other soulful content into the world. Until we meet again, may you embrace this moment just as it is, and remember that we are all just walking each other home.